testing. Okay, oh, a bit wonky there, guys, a bit wonky. Wonky donkey. Are we ready? Okay, cool. Right, so I've got some questions on Facebook that I just want to cover off. Well, I did ask them, so I was preempting this video. Didn't know what the questions were going to be though. So there we are, always out there, surprise me guys. And when I next put the post up, be sure to put whatever questions you would like, even drop them in the comments. They can be property related, or they can be literally about property. So that starts me off with the first question. If you were, thank you Katie by the way, if you were a property, what property would you be? I know what you're thinking, a bit of a silly question, but is it? Let's deep it for a second, because I had an evening to think about this and I thought, what a bloody silly question to ask, but there are no silly questions. Because I thought, if I was a property, what property would I be? I would think I would be, at this stage in life, at 26, I would say I'm a bungalow. However, I'm a bungalow that has some land, or the ability to purchase some land to the back, to the rear of the property, and also has planning permission, and that's just me. Reason being is I have room to develop and grow as I would need to. I haven't written the plans up yet. I mean, I've got some little plans. I might add a bedroom soon, okay? But what I'm thinking is long game. And with a bungalow, with a bit of land, that's your long game, baby. So there we are, Katie. But you didn't think that was coming. Also, if you do have any more questions, as I say, pop it in the box down there. Not in my box, that's private. Okay, next question was from Vinny, saying, what are the best bits about being an estate agent and what are the worst? Well, I thought I'd best bring in this bad boy for that question. The whiteboard, just so I can do this. I watch videos and I see people sort of look back there, do a line there, do something like a pros and cons. Quite like the idea of that. It's quite fun to me to do that thing. And I think you can see it, but it might be blinded by the lights, blinded by the lights. If you get that reference, then stay tuned. Okay, so I always like to start with the positives. And the positives are, this is a relationship game. And what do you do in relationships? You help others. Okay? You might be picking them up when they're down, if they're in an awkward situation. Property brings out the emotions in us, and your measly little estate agent over here plays a pretty big role in life decisions. If you look at, I think it's something like 90% of people's biggest asset is their property. So it's the biggest transaction of their life in some instances. So you carry some responsibility being an estate agent, and a lot of that is just being there to be, to listen to, if you're going around to a property, listen to what their requirements are. Don't force anything down their neck that they don't want. Hear them out, listen, and you're likely to build, which is the best part of the business, is the relationships. With a relationship, you'd hope that it has longevity and it lasts. So that is a big pro for me. If you're, you just want to get who you are out there as well. Be a good person, and good things will happen. I'm sure of it. So yes, was that preachy? I don't know. Just, do you know what I mean? Just don't be an arse. That leads me on to this next con, if there is any. Of course there is. I think it was more, this is more of a personal opinion. So when I was first, and probably like my own hang up, like a me problem, was defeating the estate agent stereotype. A bit like, look, point in case, right? If you said, oh, Debbie and Michael, no offence to those alias names, we're going out and we're going for a party. Yeah, they're both accountants. I would think that's going to be a shit party, isn't it? with accountants. But no, accountants are really fun as well. But what I'm saying is, the stereotype is the same. With an estate agent, it's not that you're boring or anything like that, it's that you're a sleazy little sleazebag. That every time your lips move is that you're lying. So you've got to defeat that. And that comes across with your personality. But I think it's a me problem, but I don't know if anyone else has experienced that. Let us know. And you soon get over that, because once you build relationships, they already know you're a knob. So at least they know what they're dealing with. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Pros. Nosy little neighbour syndrome. To put it politely. Could have said nosy little bastard. Just did. Shit. Oh, I've said shit. No profanity. Please. Okay. I love nosing about other people's houses. I don't know about you. That's why I think there's so many property programmes on the telly, is so people can look inside other people's houses and go, that's lovely, we should have that in our room. We haven't got enough plants around the TV yet, have we? Not speaking from personal experience or anything. Okay, that's, you know, you get to go in other people's houses. In what other job do you get to do that? Yes, a builder, but you've got to actually like use your hands. Ooh, these are too precious. These are for pencil pushing and drawing on whiteboards that are really cool still. Cons. Okay, this is when the deal goes out of your hands. So as an estate agent, you are essentially contracted to find the buyer. Great, but that is not job done, let me tell you. So you find the buyer, and then you've got to go and do the legal process. And guess what? We aren't qualified legal conveyancers. We aren't solicitors. And we aren't mortgage brokers. And we aren't the lenders that lend you the money if you have a mortgage. And guess what's the most stressful part is getting the deal over the line, the sales progression, and it involves solicitors, mortgage brokers, and everyone else in between. But that is out of your hands as an agent, so it can be infuriating when they aren't pulling their weight, when you've done everything that you can, and you're trying to keep your buyers happy and your sellers happy, and sometimes, you know, people have only got so much patience, so it's pretty tricky to juggle those. So you'll find that is a bane. All I would say is that as long as you keep an open line of communication to all your clients, you're going to be standing in the best situation, even if it's not great news. So I would say never be afraid to give bad news when it's needed in terms of a communication point, and also never leave your clients in the lurch. You don't want them chasing you for updates. You want to be on the ball, again, even if it's not positive. So it's not great all the time. Nothing's perfect, especially in the pandemic. You've got to remember, solicitors have got a massive backlog. Lenders have got an influx of applications at the moment due to the stamp duty relief ending on the 31st of March. So residential mortgages at the moment are taking forever. A long time. I've got one at the moment that's taken 2 months, whereas usually it could be as quick as 48 hours. It's crazy times. So what happens after 31st of March, I don't know. I've spoken with a mortgage broker recently. Buy-to-let mortgages are still A-OK and moving at a respectable speed, but residential mortgages, depending on your lender, is taking a bit of time. So bear that in mind, people. Okay. I mean, to be honest, they're the main ones. I mean, it's a relationship game. What are the other pros? Yes, you get commission, but you don't get your commission without dealing with all of these bits. So, pen drop. Gonna get that. Okay. Bye. Question time next week, yeah? Comments. I'm just going in the comments now to read all your lovely comments. And then pressing end to record because I've got to do that.